Hey, and welcome to This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick. Join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food-related in Baltimore. This Week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, where they're as obsessed with delicious food as we are. Check out the made-from-scratch scones in Eddie's Bakery. Visit their stores on Roland Avenue and North Charles Street in Baltimore. And I'm here today with my friend and special guest, Neal.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Neal. I know from the Baltimore Improv Group, and you have a life outside the Baltimore Improv Group.
Very little.
Anne is from the World and from Baltimore Improv Group and performs a lot that you're performing tonight. Let's get a plug in before we forget.
Okay, tonight we are doing an improvised episode of Law and Order.
Dun dun.
Dun dun. And it is so much fun to do. If it's half as much fun to see as it is to do, then everybody will have a great time.
And that's at 7:30 at the Big Theater.
And it's free.
And it's free, 1727 North Charles Street. What's our website? Bigimprov.org. That's enough plugging for now. But speaking of Station North, the Maryland Film Festival is this weekend. I know it's a food show. I know this is a food show, but people want to know, don't they, where to eat if they attend the Maryland Film Festival. This is that weekend where everything happens. The first weekend in May, it's the Kinetic Sculpture Race. On Saturday, it's Flower Mart in Mount Vernon. And it's always the first weekend of May, the Maryland Film Festival in Station North. We're in that neighborhood a lot. Where should people eat, Anne?
Oh, there's so many great choices. I love Tapas Teatro.
Yep.
I love Joe Squared. I like Pen and Quill.
Pen and Quill's become a real popular gathering.
Yes, I was there this past Saturday night early thinking that it wouldn't be. It was packed.
Nice.
Sat at the bar, which was great. Drinks are good, wine is good, everything's good there. Let's see, what else?
Down the same block, there's Bottega.
I've not eaten there.
Man, you should.
It's on my list.
You should. I love Bottega. That is good food. And the owner of Bottega, last I heard, was trying to reopen the diner, the Lost City Diner.
Oh, that would be great. I missed that place.
We love that diner. So, boy, so many choices. We've already mentioned Tapas Teatro, Pen and Quill, Bottega. This is all in the same block,
right.
Same side of the block, along with Sophie's Crepes.
Oh, that's a favorite. That is a favorite.
Closer to the Parkway Theater, there's the Station North Arts Cafe and BAMF, that little cafe there. Joe Squared's around the corner. And Red Emma's up there. Wow, what a great neighborhood for eating.
How far away is the new ramen place? Is that close enough to Pico Pico? I've heard
that's a little
further.
bit farther.
Okay,
that's up in Charles Village. I like that place.
Haven't been, but on my list.
But they don't take cash.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that, not taking cash?
I don't ever have cash.
Right.
So I'm totally cool with that.
Remember asking the owner, why don't you take cash? He said, young people don't carry cash. No. They don't carry cash.
And some old people don't.
Right. So we're young. We're young people.
Oh, okay. Good. I got it.
We're young people. I love the idea of someone camping out for the film festival all day long and just grazing from restaurant to restaurant. But boy, I would, if they have time, I'd love them to make reservations about Bottega. That place is pretty special.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And then get drinks at the Club Charles afterwards. That's always been.
Be sure to ring the bell.
Yes.
Because I've thought it was closed before when I didn't know that you needed to ring the bell.
And then they'll buzz you in.
Right.
They'll buzz you in. Anne, were you in town when Mardix was a restaurant?
Yes, absolutely.
You did have to get buzzed into that restaurant. I'm don't know if I have environmental allergies or cat allergies, but if I rub my eye, it's not a secret signal to you.
Okay, I won't rub mine back.
Don't rub yours back. I'm not trying to send you a message. So, they're going to talk tomorrow on tomorrow's podcast about things to do this weekend, but we wanted to make sure you knew there's plenty to eat up in Station North. If you just got here, you are watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick, and I'm joined by Neal. We are brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Eddie's has everything you need for a great hike, picnic, or ball game. It's that kind of weather. Stop in for delicious sandwiches and deli salads, cookies, drinks and snacks for your outdoor adventures. Be sure to comment. Be sure to comment, like, and share, and follow us at #JMoreEating. And there's been some news. There's been some news in the restaurant world.
I love news.
This is bad news.
Oh.
There have been some closings.
Oh.
Been some recent closings. The Corner Charcuterie Bar, which went by kind of different names. Once it was a corner bar, then a corner charcuterie bar. It closed, and the owner cited his own bad health as a reason for closing.
That's a shame.
But you said you've been there.
I have been there because sometimes I do improv in that neighborhood too, and that was a good choice for late night food. And they were always so accommodating. If we took a big group in, they would put all the tables together so we could sit together. And yeah, I enjoyed it.
I really liked that adjacent bar, the bar adjacent to the main restaurant place, or maybe we're talking about the same place. But we're sad to see Bernard Dehane close his restaurant, and we wish him the best of health and a full recovery. Because we'll miss that place. And 2 restaurants in Canton, in that neighborhood, owned by the same person. One is in Upper Fells Point, I guess, or Butcher's Hill. Fork and Wrench.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I just saw that today. The same people that own Modern Cook Shop are closing up. The owners on their Facebook page cited among the reasons for closing Modern Cook Shop just the malaise that they say has afflicted the Baltimore dining scene since the events surrounding the death of Freddie Gray. They say we're still feeling the ramifications of that. And they also say, which a lot of restaurant owners, not every restaurant owner agrees with that, but a lot of restaurant owners have agreed with, there's just so much competition now and so many new openings. It's hard to keep up, and people are not that loyal to places. How loyal are you to your favorite restaurants?
I'm pretty loyal. There are a few that I, really try to get back to pretty regularly. Swallow at the Hollow. Yeah, and they opened, I haven't been to their new place in Remington, 29th Street.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to go there.
I haven't been there.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty loyal.
Can you think of another one or two?
Cosima, I really enjoy for a special occasion.
That's nearby. That's along the Falls Road,
right,
in the Jones Falls area. Really pretty. Boy, that patio.
Yeah, I love the looks of it, and you can spend a lot of money there, or you can spend a reasonable amount of money there and still have great food.
So that's good if you're just 2 people, but if you're 10 people too, that's a good place to go. Cosima, that's a great idea. I love that the patio is right on the water, and you might even see a blue heron fly by. Am I loyal? I think I'm neighborhood loyal. I used to get around town more often. I feel like I used to get around town more often, and now I tend to stay a lot in Mount Vernon and Station North. But it's been a while. I feel bad that I don't get over to Fells Point and Canton as much as I used to.
Yeah, I don't really. And I'm also very loyal to the Station North area because I'm there so much.
Yeah.
So, and Hamden, too. Those are 2 neighborhoods where I think there's just so many good places to eat that.
But I'm wondering how restaurants build loyalty. I guess, is that by the food or by customer service or everything?
It's just a feeling, and I think it's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, I think one bad thing can really throw you off. So
I like to feel like I'm expected and welcome at places.
Right.
Both. Everyone should feel like they're welcome, but there's an extra something about feeling expected. Like, were you expecting guests today? And there are some restaurants where you walk into and you think, don't you know you're a restaurant? Did you forget you're a restaurant? Did you forget that people were coming? And that's a bad feeling.
Right. I'm pretty forgiving about food mishaps.
Yeah.
But if I feel good there and I'm welcome there and the ambiance is good and I'm having a good time, then I'm pretty forgiving about some issues with food. Not as forgiving, I think, about what you said, feeling that they want you to be there, especially if it's a late night place and you go there late and they sort of act like they wish that you just hadn't come.
That's an odd phenomenon.
Yeah.
I mean, there are extremes, I guess, if you come in at 11:55 and you're the first table that has come in the last 90 minutes, and that's different, though. But generally, if it's a late-night place, they should be expecting people
Right.
to stay there.
And welcoming at even
And welcoming,
11:50. If they're open, they should even still be welcoming, I think.
Don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. In fact, I don't think I agree with you. Trying to think of, going back to the subject of restaurant closings. When I used to write for the Baltimore Sun, and there would be a rash of closings, sometimes it felt coincidental. People would try to make a big thing out of it, but sometimes 2 family-owned restaurants would have their owners retire. Mm-hmm. And that's not a sign of anything, except that, younger generations don't want to take over. But it feels different now with all of the closings. It feels like something else is going on. And I do talk to people in the industry, and they're worried, but they're concerned. I think they're concerned about things.
Yeah, it's a shame because Baltimore really has built itself up as a foodie place.
Yeah.
And we get, mentioned nationally as a place for great food. And then you think, well, that's a double-edged sword, because the more we have, the tougher the competition.
That's what it feels like. And there have been some major openings recently. There was an opening around the corner from where I live. The new Revival Hotel has 2 restaurants in it. What's it called? The Pendry, and the new restaurant in the Four Seasons. And I think it's been a squeeze for restaurants just like Fork and Wrench that are maybe a little bit too expensive to be an everyday restaurant. They're being squeezed. Mm-hmm. And that's who I'm most concerned with, restaurants at that level. Like the $25 entree places.
Right.
Being squeezed. Swallow at the Hollow seems more immune to that kind of thing.
Yes, and they have a very loyal following. I live in the county, so I typically come to the city for food and to go out for a special evening. So I do my part.
We appreciate it, Anne. And when you travel, how important is food?
Oh, very.
Very. Oh, okay.
Yes, very, very. My daughter and I take little mother-daughter bonding weekend trips to places like Shepherdstown and Rehoboth and St. Michael's. And one of the best things for us to do is just to discover favorite places and then go back to them.
Do you pre-plan those restaurants?
We do. I read the reviews and, I do that.
I'll share something that, because I was in a business and writing, that it started to feel when I was traveling like a busman's holiday. It felt more, it wasn't as pleasurable to find new places to eat as it used to be once it became my job. It just wasn't as much fun anymore. I think reviewing kind of killed that sense of adventure. I had to get it back. I used to like it a lot more often. But now I just go to the same places all the time and don't try new places as often as I can, even when I travel.
Yeah.
How long have we been going on? So we did good, I think.
I had a good time.
I hope people learned something. I hope people are commenting. We can't see your comments just now, but we'll respond later. But chime in there with your thoughts and opinions about places eaten Station North, whether you have an eating strategy for the kinetic sculpture race, and also what your feelings are about the closings. Do they mean something? And if they do, what does it mean? What does it mean? We want meaning. So one last plug for tonight at the Baltimore Improv Group, 1727 North Charles Street. It's Law and Order, BIG.
Correct. And there's an 8:30 show also, I believe. So you can come and spend a couple hours there. Free.
Listen. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30 for This Week in Baltimore Eating, which has been brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Visit the Roland Avenue or Charles Street location for quality prepared foods, deli sandwiches, fresh seafood, and one-of-a-kind gifts. Learn more about weekly specials at eddies at rolandpark.com. And
Richard.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
It was fun. We talked about things.
Yes.
Just like I said we would. We would talk about things, and you talked, and I talked, and I hope people had a good time listening to us.
Me too.
Okay, I'll see you later, Ann.
Bye.
Bye. See you on that side of the door. Bye.